The Ouya lives in a very odd way. There is a Chinese manufacturer named Vigrand. I'm not sure. It's Vigrand. That is making the Ouya controller available for $25 for the Switch. And according to the article on Destructoid.com, the controller will have everything that Imagine Your Pro controller has, with the exception of NFC for Amiibo. So I imagine that's you've got the gyroscope in there, accelerometer, motion controls that are built into the Pro controller, and I guess HD Rumble also is what it sounds like, which seems like an excellent value. However, this is an Ouya controller, repurposed for the Wii. Repurposed for the Switch. This is an Ouya controller, and it's terrible. I mean, you can just listen to the triggers, and here are the bumpers and the triggers. I don't know if they're analog, but they have a lot of travel distance until they finally, and they don't even click. They just kind of, oh, okay, that's as far as I can go back with them. Okay. And another problem is the face buttons occasionally they'll stick. They get stuck underneath the casing of it. The only thing that's actually pretty good, which didn't make much sense because the Ouya didn't really have a whole lot of 3D games in it. It had a lot of 2D, like indie games. The thumbsticks are actually pretty good. Like, they've got some resistance to them. They're not loose. And they've got a really good click in button. And the directional pad is garbage. Although it looks like they might have done a different directional pad for this Switch controller. So yeah, based on that, unless they've changed the triggers and they've changed the problem with the face buttons getting stuck, I wouldn't get this even if this is like going to be your third or fourth controller. I feel like there's plenty of better controllers out there. I want to say, there's one company. Hori. And Hori's known for making really good controllers anyway. They make a wired USB controller, so of course you can only use it when it is docked. And there's no rumble, there's no NFC, and there's no motion sensing. You just basically get a well-manufactured controller that can replace a Pro controller, and it's not wireless. I want to say that's about $30. I would buy that first before buying something like the Ouya controller. It's not good. I mean, I let you.
Oh yeah, no, it feels bad. It looks like someone looked at a JPEG of what a basic video game controller would look like, and then that's what they created.
Yeah,
and it feels like a knockoff controller of what should be a good controller.
It feels like a knockoff, like, Xbox controller.
It does.
It's basically what it feels like.
It's a bit. It's more bulky like an Xbox controller.
Right. It
doesn't have the feel.
It's got the staggered sticks, but yeah, you're right.
The feel of it is more. It's more boxy.
Yeah, and the plastic on these triggers feels really cheap, and it's not textured plastic at all. So I feel like if you were having an intense play session and maybe you get sweaty hands, like, you would just slip right off that trigger if you need to hold it down at all. So for 2018, consider this our first PSA. If you see this for $25, Just don't buy it. Stay away.
It's not worth it.
Not at all.